coming up in all angles. The tragic case of Jodian Fearon.
I can't believe this is where Jamaica has gone to. You understand? I grew up watching my grandmother saving people's lives.
What do we know about the circumstances surrounding her death?
It appears that the duty of care owed to Jodian Fearon was not executed.
How should pregnant women be treated if suspected of having COVID-19? And how do our hospitals relate to each other?
Well, a policy definitely have to be in place that when we have patients like this, that there somewhere that these patients could go.
Thank you so much for joining us, and a very special welcome to those of you watching on onespotmedia.com. Now, a little later on in the program, we are going to be speaking to Dr. Jephthah Ford. He is the independent observer who was representing the family of Jodian at the autopsy which took place earlier today. First, though, on an editorial note, in the piece you're about to watch, in which we try to figure out the timeline of what happened with Jodian, I refer to her as having died on Saturday. Until we get very specific information, though, we are saying rather she died between Friday and Saturday. Let's go to this timeline. Jodian Fearon died on Saturday, April 25, days before her 24th birthday, after delivering a baby under controversial circumstances. On Friday, it emerged she was having trouble getting into a hospital for delivery due to symptoms she was exhibiting that raised concerns about COVID-19. This from her mother on Friday.
Kingston St. Andrew, Jamaica. Pregnant mother has been in labor pain since yesterday and can't find a hospital to deliver her baby.
It's not yet clear exactly what happened, but we've put together a sequence of events based on what is in the public domain. Let's start on Friday night, April 24, when TVJ's Kirk Wright heard there was an emergency involving a pregnant woman. He spoke to her doctor, Lloyd Golson.
I have a patient with pregnancy-induced hypertension. She's 37 weeks, and I decided that I'll have to deliver her. So when she came by me today, she was afebrile, but her blood pressure was high and her feet is swollen. So I decided that I'll induce her. So she came to this hospital where they did her temperature, and she was afebrile, meaning that she didn't have a temperature, and she was accepted. But while she was on the ward, the nurse noticed that she was short of breath, and she said she had difficulty in breathing for the past 3 days, and she has not been to work for the past 2 weeks. But she gives no travel history at all. She hasn't traveled recently, and she has not been in any contact with anybody with COVID-19. But because of the possibility there is, the hospital decided that she needs to be transferred to university. But university said they are unable to accept the patient, and Jubilee, after checking around, say that they have no accommodation. We should try and take her back tomorrow.
Dr. Golson left to take a call. When he came back, he said he had spoken with the senior medical officer at the Kingston Public Hospital to see if Jodian could be transferred to the specialist maternity hospital, Victoria Jubilee.
The unit is fully occupied. They have done COVID tests on patients for over a week, and they haven't got back the results. So the doctor in charge said they are unable to accept the patient.
You spoke to the doctor just now?
Yes.
And what's your next move? The patient stays?
Patient will have to stay, and I'm going to try and deliver here tomorrow. But they have now cleared out the ward and just have the nurses dealing with her. So that's where we are now.
A relative of Jodian shared this account with Kirk.
She went to the doctor yesterday, and they said that she must go to the hospital. We have been there from 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock, we say, okay, everything will go good. Then they test her positive, they test her temperature 3 times at the gate, and 2 was 99, one was 100, and then it go down to 98. So they let her in, right? So up on that, they were doing her vitals and everything, and they tested it again. It gone back up to 100. So the nurse said that she might have COVID, right? So they evacuate out the whole section of the hospital and everything. Fine, we're okay with that because you know the disease is kind of, yeah. So so then we heard the doctor pacing back and forth, right? The doctor saying that they said that she need to do a COVID test, so he called Huey. When he called Huey now, it's like Huey is not taking her. Call KPH, same thing, right? So we were there until about 3 o'clock last night, and last night they take her temperature, it went down back, right? But they say she's breathing away because the baby's rest on her diaphragm or something like that, right? So she can't breathe, she has to sit up. For the past 3 days she's been sitting in the settee up asleep because she can't lie down. She starts wheeze or cough because the baby rests. That's why the doctor sent her to the hospital to do induced labor.
Andrews Memorial Hospital put out their account. They said on Thursday they admitted a maternity patient who began to show symptoms of COVID-19, including cough, fever, and shortness of breath. The hospital said they were concerned about the safety of the patient and her baby because the institution does not have a functional intensive care unit to provide respiratory support. They were concerned as well, they said, about other patients and their babies, as the hospital does not have isolation facilities on the maternity unit. The hospital said they cleared the maternity unit of other patients and contacted UWI and Victoria Jubilee Hospital, but both refused to accept the patient. They said on Friday morning her doctor recommended an urgent C-section. Andrews says Jodian was prepped for surgery, but her independent anesthesiologist refused to participate. They say UWI and Victoria Jubilee again refused to accept her, but Andrews was able to get her transferred to the Spanish Town Hospital where she delivered her baby. But the account from the University Hospital of the West Indies is somewhat different. UWI says team members and other doctors went to the private hospital to assist with the patient, and UWI staff were wearing full personal protective equipment on the morning of Friday, April 24, to accept the patient. This is what Dr. Golson told Kirk Wright on Saturday morning outside the Spanish Town Hospital.
We decided we have to take her somewhere, and somehow Spanish Town agreed to take her. When we arrived here at 11 o'clock, Spanish Town said that it's only about 10 minutes ago they were told about the patient. So we are here for about an hour. We need to thank Spanish Town for helping us, and it looks like hopefully she may deliver vaginally, or they will take her to theatre.
After delivering her baby at the Spanish Town Hospital, Jodian was transferred to the University Hospital where she died. Dr. Golson spoke to Kirk again on Sunday.
Andrews did not send away the patient. The patient came to me with pregnancy-induced hypertension, and I decided to deliver her at 37 weeks. And she, at the time, I didn't think she had COVID, and she came through, she passed the test and was entered in Andrews. But while she was there, she developed a fever, and everybody panicked that she could be COVID, and they said that she coughed in the room. A patient beside her got very nervous and pandemonium. Andrews wanted her to go up to a place where, in case anything happened, she could be monitored better.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness addressed a press conference on Monday, April 27.
Even at this early stage, from the information in the public domain so far, it appears that the duty of care owed to Jodian Fearon was not executed. The case must be fully investigated. And already the police have commenced their own investigation to determine if anyone was criminally negligent.
This was Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton in Parliament on Tuesday, April 28.
The ministry has been advised by the Police High Command that an official criminal investigation has been launched into this matter. Therefore, the Ministry of Health and Wellness will be complying in full with the team from the Jamaica Constabulary Force and will be providing all documents related to this matter to advance the investigations and the proffering of charges as may be deemed necessary. Based on our administrative review, Mr. Speaker, to date, on the sequence of activities surrounding this case and the reports received, it is to be noted that our initial assessment is that both the Victoria Jubilee Hospital and the Spanish Town Hospital, based on those reports that have been given and an examination of those reports, that both institutions initial assessment is that both the Victoria Jubilee Hospital and the Spanish Town Hospital adhere to the established procedures as it relates to the transfer of patients from a private facility. These protocols are to ensure that safety of all parties and to provide for the best outcome for the patient and staff. Mr. Speaker, it is to be noted that the Ministry of Health and Wellness has put in place at hospitals across the island an increased capacity to manage suspected cases of COVID-19, and this has been the case for some time now. However, each hospital has a limit on how many patients it can accommodate, and when one hospital is full, there are established protocols in place that allows for transfers.
While investigations are taking place, her family grieves. This from her partner, Kenton Sr.
I can't believe this is where Jamaica has gone to. You understand? I grew up watching my grandmother saving people's lives. You understand? In the country where my grandmother delivering children out of their mothers. Right? And now to see something like this happening to my own, where she was pushed away from a hospital, right? Which cost her her life. And then she was rejected by 2 other medical facilities in Jamaica. This is just said, how do you explain something like this?
Her sister shared her feelings on Twitter.
I miss her singing in the bathroom at nights. Right now, she would be playing Lila Ike I Spy on her phone and singing it. Now my sister was stuck in my head with that song, I Spy, I Spy. She was singing it on Wednesday night, her last night's bath.
So did her mother.
Many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over, wondering if I'm lost as I travel along. I've been listening to the Tessan version to keep my mind together. Tomorrow is her birthday. Hashtag Justice for Jodian.
Now, I was in a virtual press conference with the health minister just a little while ago. I specifically asked about the UWI hospital. He mentioned Spanish Town and Jubilee in his statement to Parliament. He did say that at that press conference that the University Hospital of the West Indies had also followed protocol. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.